everybody, it's Darren here from fishinmoney.com, and today we're going to talk about where you can fish in Las Vegas. And this video was intended for those who maybe haven't ever fished in Las Vegas, or if you're coming to visit, you want to know, is there a place you can go to fish? Yes, there is. So we're going to go through some of those today. And the first one I'm going to mention is probably the one that my family and I like the most, lately especially, is Hemingway Harbor at Lake Mead. And Lake Mead, if you're out on the Strip, is probably a 30-minute drive or something from the Las Vegas Strip. There is a pier out there at Hemingway Harbor where you can fish. You don't have to fish off the pier. There are other places next to the pier where you can go fish, and even if you have a truck, you can back right up to the water and fish there. Watch for the sign if you're close to the boat dock. Watch for the sign to the north of the boat dock. There is an area there where you're not allowed to fish, but anywhere north of the sign you are allowed to fish. And what can you catch there? Mostly striped bass. You will also be able to catch catfish there, and channel cats, and possibly carp if you're into that. There are a few other fish in Lake Mead, like largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, crappie, bluegill, stuff like that. In tilapia, I've even seen in there a few, but mostly you're going to be fishing for striped bass or catfish, probably, if you go to Hemingway Harbor. For striped bass in the wintertime, we usually use anchovies. In the summertime, if you can catch the shad, that's your best bet, catching shad there. The next place you can fish is across the dam at Willow Beach Marina, which is on Lake Mohave. It's actually part of Lake Mohave. Willow Beach is on the Colorado River. It's below Hoover Dam. If you go to Hoover Dam, it's probably another 10 to 12 minute drive past the dam, and then turn right at the Willow Beach Marina turnoff. It's 14 miles past the dam. And what are you going to fish for there? Two different species. If you fish off of the pier, you could either fish for trout, in which case you'd probably want to use like Berkeley power bait or something like that. That's what we use. Or if you're going to fish for catfish, you could use some kind of smelly stuff for catfish, livers, chicken livers, or something like that. Or I've even caught catfish on Berkeley power bait, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird, but yeah, on the little bitty treble hook, because I was fishing for trout but caught catfish anyway. And I've, by the way, done that at Hemingway Harbor too. Another place, if you don't want to go quite that far, is Pond in Boulder City. And they stock that pond regularly with trout, especially in the wintertime. And you can catch trout on your power baits there. I've seen people using flies over there, or a spinner. Spinners work really well too. Lately, the last few times we've been there, people are catching them off of the east side of the lake, over by the road. And Floyd Lamb State Park is another place to go fishing. Lots of species in there. Bluegill, trout in the wintertime, they're stocked. Large catfish, big catfish, especially the big lake up at the top. And that's a good place to go as well. It's called Floyd Lamb State Park. It's out on the very far northwest part of Las Vegas. Another place to go, if it's summertime and you're trying to get out of the heat, try this place. Now, this is a secret. Even a lot of people in Vegas don't know this place. It's called Cold Creek Reservoir. If you are from here, you may have heard of it. I don't know if you've ever been there, though. Not everybody goes up there. But you're going to head up Highway 95 toward Indian Springs, and you're going to turn off at the Cold Creek turnoff there, and it's a few miles up. You might have to fight for your fishing spot. It's not a very big pond. There's not typically a ton of people there, but the wild horses will approach you there. There's a lot of wild horses, deer, elk in the area. But the wild horses are not afraid of you, so try to stay away from them because they bite. And then the last part, if you don't want to leave town at all, I would suggest go to Sunset Park. It's real close. It's on Eastern and Sunset and Eastern. Yeah, Sunset Park. Makes sense, right? Sunset and Eastern is where that one is, and quite a few species in there as well. They stock it in the wintertime with trout. The trout, typically I've seen people catching them again on the northeast corner of the lake. But you can catch them anywhere. There's also other species in there like bluegill and catfish, and probably some, you might get a little toy surprise because a lot of people drop their aquarium fish in there, so who knows what you're gonna catch out of that one. But I don't recommend eating those fish, by the way, but if you're just gonna catch and release, that's a great place to go. It's close, it's in town. You can drive right up to it, take a little picnic lunch with you. It is usually crowded, I'll warn you there, so you might have to elbow for a spot right there, but it's a little bit bigger pond, you know, for a city pond. But those are the places within and around the Las Vegas area. There may be one or two that I've forgotten. If you're from Las Vegas and you want to mention one, please do so in the comments. It'll be fun. Anyway, if you want to know more about these lakes, click the link below because it'll take you to my blog where I explain a little bit more about these. All right? Take it easy. Bye.